Hello everyone, we are back, fresh from the game, emotions are high. Say hello Ollie.
Hello, Olly.
Oh my man. So yes, that was interesting. We'll try not to spoil anything.
We inevitably will, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. So, I got the toss, I decided to receive. Basically, with my kind of Khorne, I thought it'd be better for me to control the ball, control the punches on the first turn.
Yeah, always a good shout from a bashy team is to bash as fast as possible.
Yep, and we are in his home stadium, not that really matters, in Kenya.
Yeah. Kenya. So, as you can see on the stream, there's a lot of frenzy. So I go nowhere near the edges of the field at all. Refuse. Because I'm not getting surfed on the first turn.
That's fair.
I imagine for a player who don't know what they're up against, that is probably one of the worst mistakes to make against this team.
I mean, in the first season when I played my Chaos Pact against Genevieve, my Minotaur surfed a player of hers every single drive because of frenzy.
Wow.
And I did tell her, and I was like, "Oh, she'll learn," and she just never did.
Damn.
Yep,
it's fair, it happens. I got a really good kickoff there, which was
straight to the back of the pitch. Can't do anything about it. And I do the classic thing. I just start pushing people along the line, start trying to get injuries. Second rolls into a stun.
Yeah, this was not going well for me as a start. This was not fun.
No.
That frenzy on the line is so strong when you set up well.
Yeah.
And obviously Shadow the Hedgehog being KO'd turn 1 before I've even played.
Yep.
Rough. Kickoff event was we both get a team reroll, by the way.
Yes, it was. And then I double skull, and then I loner, and then I go down.
No injury though.
No injury. Thanks, Olly.
So that was honestly exactly what I needed to happen, if I'm honest. Mostly because obviously the Minotaur being down is very strong for me, but also because I need to play in the center of the pitch. That's where I play in this game because, like I said, I can't play on the wings.
No.
Which, for an elf team, is actually really annoying.
Yeah, I'm hoping I have some strong players by the time I play Jay.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think, on the whole, I'd say Khorne are very good against elf play. I wouldn't say against elf teams because obviously all the elf teams are slightly different, and I think against the lower armor value, I think against Elven Union you'll do very well.
Yeah.
I think, especially because he has 2 catchers, he's going to be wanting to go down the wings.
Yeah.
And you'll dominate that entire area, which is one of the best things.
Sorry.
But yeah, I got very lucky in that. In the fact that I could run down the middle and I could set up these 2 kind of pockets of resistance.
Yeah.
I do make a mistake, I think, just in the fact that I either should have had one on one side and all the others on the other, or I should have had actually half and half. But at the moment, I think it's 5 and 3.
Yeah. And because you got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4-ish. Over here.
Yeah, because if you saw, I moved my catchers back because I didn't want you to blitz them with your Minotaur.
Yeah. Didn't need a reroll for pickup. That was nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
So it's a very that side, as you can see, is looking very rough for me. You reroll there. That's your second out of 3.
Yep.
But if again, because I've gone semi near to the edge, that player there is so at risk now.
Yeah.
So pretty much, stab coming out, stab failed. That's pretty normal at this stage.
Yeah, I'm armor 8 across the board. It's not going to be easy to get a stab.
It's very hard. I'm looking forward to being against Skaven and Elven Union.
And Amazons.
I'm kind of hoping. I'm against Amazons next time. So
yes. We will cover that later.
Indeed, we'll talk about that. But yeah, so the stab would be great for those kinds of situations. The issue is it's still a risk, and I think most people would probably say you should go the Witch is better, mostly because you can surf and you can do other stuff. But I like Assassin just partially because stabbing is fun. but also, honestly, because he is a target. Everyone's scared of that stab.
Yeah. I mean, I am glad I don't have to play him again.
Yeah, like, he's not that great. That's the thing. Like, it's against your guys' armor 8, it's a 26% chance to roll on injury, which is more likely to be a stun than anything else.
Yeah.
And there's no chance of it just being a knockdown, but nothing. It's like it's all or nothing, which means it's kind of. It's not honestly the best. That saved me for another turn. That wild animal.
I wasn't re-rolling it. Oh, and I wasted the blitz as well.
Yeah, that was a saving grace for this turn. But again, your positioning was very solid, and I didn't have anyone who could really get to the ball carrier, so
yeah,
it's unfortunately I'm just having to slog through and dodge away and hope it goes well. And then here I was like, do I stab or do I hit? And it's like, honestly, in this situation, hits better.
Hits better, and also you can get USPP, which your assassin needs badly.
The ideal is an assassin getting a level up. Obviously, I want multiple block. But even without multiple block, if I just get a normal level up, I'm pretty sure he gets access to Edge, which means I can get jump up.
Yeah.
Which means on a 2-up, I can stab you again, even if you knocked me down.
Yeah, which makes him a lot more dangerous.
Absolutely, because normally the saving grace of being against assassins is that you can knock them down and then they can't really do anything.
Yeah.
Because spending a blitz on a stab is generally shit, I would say. Wouldn't recommend it.
Not unless it was kind of guaranteed. Like,
unless it was guaranteed, yeah. If I'm stabbing, a armor 5 halfling, I'm going to do that every time.
Yeah, and Khorne gets surfed here.
Yeah, so I saw this. If you saw, I actually had a POW or a push, and I decided to go with the push to get the blitz POW to get the blitz surf. Mostly because I was in. If you see, I managed to stay in a fairly safe position.
Yep.
And this is my assassin getting crunched by a Minotaur. Which this is a situation I'd love jump up, because that assassin could just jump up and try and stab a Minotaur.
Yeah.
Which is unlikely. But if it does, great, and it would be free.
Yeah. I think you said here this was a bit of a mistake. You left your wing open.
I didn't quite notice how wide that opening was, because if you saw, I did move 2 guys away from that curtain and just didn't fathom the fact that you could just run through the middle.
Yeah.
So I was blocking the forward advance, but didn't consider that you might just move around it.
Yeah.
Which was a mistake. Thankfully, I'm Elves, and so I can kind of reposition fairly easily.
Yeah.
Like, I'm movement 6 and 7 across the board, and I kept these 2 throwers in the back this whole game, and this whole drive, purely because I don't want to be risking. One, I don't want to risk the throwers being, punched by a Minotaur.
Yeah.
And also because why not? Like they're there as the safety anyway.
Yeah.
So may as well. If you see here as well, I was kind of proud of this, but something different happens. But I tried to blitz you into,
and he dies.
And I killed the Minotaur. But what I was trying to do there was, if I got a push, I could push you where the assassin is, move him away, and then hit with the other blitzer for a second attempt.
Yep.
Making my own frenzy. But you did Apo that, so you did manage to get, what was it, Miss Next Game?
Miss Next Game, which when we get to the next game talks, you'll see it's not great.
It's not ideal.
No.
I was very happy about that, because that Minotaur is, in this match, was 100% my biggest concern, because he can, with Mighty Blow, just crunches all of my guys so easily.
Yeah, if anyone saw the friendly that me and Olly had with these teams, the Mino did a lot of work. A lot of work. Yeah,
and we drew that game as one. And actually, was it the Minotaur almost won it for you? Actually, because he got the ball, didn't he?
Yeah.
He 6-up caught the ball in that game.
Right, is this it? I repay my killed injured Minotaur with
almost important, losing an armor value as well, which is worse than Miss Next Game.
Yeah.
Especially on an already armor 7 person.
Yeah. It's going to be very fragile here on in.
Yeah, I mean, he already was. I mean, yeah. Against anyone with Mighty Blow, he's effectively armor 5.
Yeah.
Which is...
Well, or similarly, anyone with Mighty Blow, he could just be a sort of niggling injury. Now I'm going to go back. I think this was a mistake, what I did up here. I know this is with hindsight and knowing what happens with these three, but I should not have committed 2. Should have committed 1.
I agree. I think in that situation, I think the best would have been probably, if you could have, I would have said kept the gore back there.
Yeah.
Because the extra movement and the horns, which means you could always take me down.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I did notice that, and I was very pleased that I could basically now. I had one player taking up 2 people.
Yeah.
Which was exactly what I needed, because I needed to be able to get some advantages.
Yeah.
Against the ball carrier, because if you see, I'm really struggling to break your cage.
I mean, you are, but I'm struggling against block. This team not having block is such a pain in the ass.
It is quite rough. I did get very lucky with all my dodge rolls as well.
Yeah, this is why I'm saying with hindsight. Like, yeah. I'm starting to think it's a horrible thing, right? Because I know playing against elves and having some experience that you need to mark all the elves in your backfield.
Yeah.
Oh look, I need a reroll, and it doesn't pay off. But at the same time, there's a part of me that wants to be like, well, I can't do anything back there with 2 players. I might as well have everyone at the front doing things. Yeah. It's a really hard choice to make against elves.
I think against elves, I think there's not a lot of ways you can cover your own mistakes, I guess, because they're elves. An elf is going to almost always just catch the ball and run like a fucking madman. That's just what happens. So I think you're right. I think it's honestly better to just kind of commit to protect the ball and make as few mistakes in that situation as possible.
Yeah.
And it's like, because it is hard for me to break open cages with elves.
Yeah.
Like, I do have the block, which is helpful, but it's not ideal. It's not the best.
Yeah, I think this is where I give up, and I just bring him down.
I think this was right. This was the right time to bring him in, because not only is it actually just good because you're obviously ignoring that one elf in the back, but that's a scoring threat. He's a scoring threat.
Yeah, that was my plan. If I remember correctly, I was trying to think of how I can get the ball to him and make a break for it.
Yeah, because that's exactly what you need to do.
And look, it's block, just hurting the Khorne team.
Yeah, I will say I think I made a big mistake there, which was actually putting that player in contact with you.
Yeah.
I think that was a big mistake. I did manage to see the 2 dice here, which was lucky. I almost didn't.
Yeah.
Because
obviously, it's showed in the replay. It took about 30 seconds.
Yeah. I was there for ages. Yeah. And then here, I just pick it up and run out of the field because I'm very scared of how far you are going.
Yeah.
Do the proper technique of 1 going for it a turn, no more. Like 1 going for it, and then you try it, and then you see if you need the reroll or not, and then that's it. I learned that, and I almost always forget it as well. I think I make some mistakes here as well, but I think that was right. I think that's what I needed to do, because I needed to just block you from being able to get anyone easily to the ball carrier. But blitz on horns is honestly, I think it's my favourite skill.
Yep.
And
that made it easy to move.
Yeah. That completely opened up the entire thing. And yes, I know you used a blitz for it, but honestly, that was fine because you had jugs as well. So if you split it, you could have just got a push, not followed, run around.
Yeah.
So I think it was a mistake on my part, but at the same time, that I think is that's why Beastmen are my favourite position, my favourite lineman, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. Try and trap you here.
Yeah, which does succeed. This is I think it's a 50% chance to dodge out of that.
Yeah, yours it 2. Yeah, 2 tackle zones as well.
Yeah, so it's a 4 up 2 up, I believe.
That was just greed. I should not have done that.
Honestly, I agree with that.
But in my mind, what it was a 3 up push, 3 up push. Like with Frenzy, but you kind of get a reroll as long as your first one isn't a total disaster.
Yeah, I guess the thing is that I would have had to have made a roll there, and if you see there, that was terrifying.
Yeah.
Because I get the 2 dice with a dodge, and that I was debating over that for a while. So I'm glad I did get the 2 dice, get the score. But I think that I can see your point with trying that, because I had to roll anything but 2 up, which means I was way more likely to be able to get out anyway.
Yeah.
But you, as you say, all you had to do was not. You also just had to not roll a 1.
Well, no. Looking back, I actually also didn't want to both down. Or both down would have been not so bad.
It wouldn't have been too bad, because then I would have had less movement, and I don't think I would have been able to get to where I got to, just in case I got the push.
I kind of skipped through yours a bit fast without looking, but I think we've both got everyone back for knockouts. So we're just kind of down our stars at the moment.
Indeed.
Now going here, I just wanted to kind of dominate this line and just be a solid formation for you not to get through.
Which is that it works very well. Like, especially what I do like actually having. I didn't really notice it too much, but I actually like the idea. I think you blocked it up again, but if you keep the edges open, that makes it very tempting for me to just go around the edges, and then you get really good frenzy opportunities.
Yeah, I think actually. Thank you for saying that. I might remember that later on.
Yeah, it's subtle, and it does allow an elf into the backline, so it's a risk. But if you do it right, if you say the rotters on the 2 wings, if they got moved back and close to the center by like 1, I would say just let's see if an elf, like the other elf players or the Kislev player, if Robbie thinks, you know what, I could probably sneak around there and I'll be safe.
Yeah. So we both get a reroll there again, and he gets the catch.
I get
right
the catch
behind the line.
With this positioning it was very lucky, but also very confusing, because my entire plan kind of went a bit weird after that.
Yeah.
So as you can see again, like I focused, like I'm not going on the wings. I refuse.
Yeah.
But the original idea with this, if that guy didn't catch it, if one of the runners had to get it from the back, what would have happened was they would have picked it up, and my entire team would have run forwards. And then you have to make that choice of, do I defend? Do I attack the ball carrier?
Yeah.
Or do I go for the people who run up the field?
Yeah.
It didn't quite work out in that way, because I was so close to the center, I couldn't hide in the back line like I kind of wanted to.
Yeah, so you just had to try and rush as much as you could.
So that's what I'm doing here. Is more just like, I'm just going to rush ahead.
Yeah.
Going to hit your middle line. I'm just going to try and, basically what I've done is I've just tried to disintegrate your center.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to fill it with elves.
Yeah, my whole plan here is just fucked. It's completely. Yeah. So what I start trying to do, these guys have jugs. Yeah. So just taking these blitzes and using them to blitz now.
Yeah.
That's what we try and do going forward, is not blitz with anyone except the bloodletters.
I kind of think that is a good shout, actually. I really like that, blitzing with the bloodletters and if you had them, the bloodthirster.
Yeah, when he comes back, but when he comes back. But the thing is, he's fine because he's strength 5 on the line. I know the blitz is good because it gets him jugs too, but now it's not.
Like, the other thing I like about that idea is actually it means that like your rotters are only going to be hitting when they have a really good hit.
Yeah.
Like on the line, the rotters are so good on the line. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. They're probably actually having like I know they're not rotters. What are they actually called in
pit fighters?
Pit fighters. I really like the pit fighters in terms of like linemen, not as linemen, but as being on the line, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, they just seem very solid because they're just, because of that moving, because you can do the frenzy and you can move them across. Yeah. It's just seems really strong, especially on the attack. Like, they're just, I love it. So here I make a big mistake actually as well, and I was lucky, but like the original idea I had for this was get him away from that blitzer, and I just moved him next to the blitzer.
Yeah, you needed to go a square up or on the diagonal, didn't you?
I should have gone a square diagonal and still followed, but it worked out.
Yeah.
And I got the stun here. Yeah, that is a stun. Which is what I needed, because it opens up those 2 players for a potential pass action, effectively.
Yeah.
And yeah, this was a moment where I was like very happy with how this all worked out.
Yeah, I would say going into what I sort of start doing over the next few turns, I think I think I should have just made you score or let you score. Get it done quickly in 2 turns.
I kind of see what you mean.
I think I should have just. I know it would have put you 2-0 up, and that's probably why I didn't do it. Just tried to get the ball off you. At least grind down for a 1-0 draw. I don't know, but like.
I see what you mean. The thing is, I will say you come very close to stopping me from scoring. Yeah. And actually, if a few of my, because I did some risky rolls, you'll see them. And I got very unlucky, and you had a very good chance to have actually been able to score.
Yeah.
If my rolls had kept going bad. Like, if you see, I think it starts about here.
Yeah, this is where it starts. Yeah. I mean, that relied on I was piling players on there, just so if you'd had to commit a lot to block me away.
Yeah, that's why I went for it, because in my head I was like, I have a reroll and I have 2 up dodge.
Yeah.
And I will say quickly, that was actually a massively greedy play I was about to do there.
What, just dodging out and running into the end zone?
No, because that's not what I was going to do.
Oh, were you going to pass to this other guy?
I was going to hand off to that, to the blitzer, one blitzer down.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because he was on 5 SPP, he was going to pass to the other blitzer, and then the blitzer was going to score.
Okay, yeah, that is very greedy.
That was very greedy, and I shouldn't. And the thing is, I didn't even get to try it and fail it. I just failed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just said no.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like, you know what? Your plan is stupid, and you're not allowed to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So if you see here, this is an excellent opportunity for you, and I think it was. I was very concerned that you were going to get another turn 16 draw.
Touchdown, like I did before, yeah.
Like in our friendly, and because all of my players are marked, none of my players are in a great position. That was a 1 die with a reroll, but a 1 die that I was getting. Here's another failed dodge. I think I only failed dodges in this portion of the game.
Yeah, but then
that was lucky. I did it with the guy with block in the end, rather than 2 dice without block.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't have got the 2 dice you told me, so.
No, you couldn't have.
No.
I kind of show that later. But yeah, for any of my mates listening, you don't get an assist if you're just in the tackle zone. It's not like a 1-for-1 system. So remember that. Don't think that he won't assist because he's in someone else's tackle zone.
Yeah. And then here, as risky as this place is, there's a good reason for it. There's a good reason I left myself open for stuff. Because dump off is a skill.
Yes. Oh, by the way, that was a blitz. It didn't really show up there, but that was a blitz.
It was in fact a blitz.
Yeah.
That was, and I will say, annoyingly, of the 2 dump offs I did in this entire game, neither of them were necessary.
No, not as much.
You didn't knock down either of the times.
It is a risky sort of skill to use.
Yeah, you have to really think of it. Like, I think when there's a Minotaur bearing down on you, you may as well.
I think do it if the person has block. Otherwise, don't do it. It's not worth it because if they don't have all wrestle or strip ball, if they have strip ball, yeet that shit away. Like, that is not important.
Yeah.
Well, it is important. You get what I mean. But I think having if they don't have block, they're only knocking you down on a 6. Oh no, you don't have dodge.
I don't have dodge either. I see what I mean. That bounce was also very unlucky for me that time.
Yeah, I think if you have dodge, definitely almost never use dump off.
Really?
I mean, what's the chance of them getting you down? If they have tackle, definitely. Against dwarves, dump off is probably one of the best skills.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's impossible to guess because we're not psychic. So, you know, we just have to kind of hope you don't get knocked down. Or hope you do.
I do understand the concept of, like, you only dump off when you're very sure they're going to knock down.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think you made the right decision, definitely.
I think in that situation, I think it was good. It was on because, especially the second one. So here is some elf bullshit.
Yeah.
Which I'm not gonna lie, that was risky again and probably not necessary, but I definitely think it worked out.
Yeah.
Positively, just because it at the very least being on the other side of that knocked down line, that was good. So I didn't mind doing that pass. And also I'm Elves. I need to do a lot of passes.
Yeah, Yeah, here's where the tie changes, because you get your knockout back, and I don't get anything.
Yeah, this last 4 turns is.
Yeah.
It is now. Now it's just a slugfest because I remember going into this being like in my head I was like I'm not going to score again, so I'm going to have to defend and hopefully injure you to get SVP. And I think that's both of our plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, I'm going to commend you again on this. Like the positioning on the lines on your attack are so strong, and I can't think of a way. Oh, we also lost.
Yeah, and we lost a turn as well. Yeah.
So I think that's when I was like, yeah, I'm not scoring, and I know you're not scoring. So
so just
fine.
Push him along.
Yeah.
What I actually should have done is actually pushed him to here.
I was going to say that too. That probably would have made more sense there. Then you could have got that third hit.
Yeah.
But,
fourth hit, maybe.
Fourth hit,
depending how frenzy goes. Like, as we go through the replay, I am feeling better, and knowing that I've drawn against you and Robbie, I think.
Oh yeah, like I think this was an unfortunate game in terms of whether the fact you didn't draw or win, because there is actually, if you didn't get the riot that lost that turn, there's a moment I think when you pick it up and run around the edge in a couple of turns, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't plan for that.
Yeah.
And that was concerning. But yeah, and the other thing is, I don't know how to defend against that frenzy line unless I guess maybe 3 people next to each other. Because it stops you being able to push along.
I think, yeah, and I think that's actually, I know that I said earlier my tactic was to have that really strong line. I should have thought about it a bit more and thought you're getting that first turn. And I really shouldn't have committed so much on the defense. I think Khorne kind of needs to play a bit human-y, elvy kind of, skaven-y kind of way on the defense of like, don't commit to that line because you're not going to get the good frenzy blocks in.
I think, yeah, on the when you're defending, yeah.
I think defending, if you're not, basically everyone needs to be are in this kind of box.
Yeah. I'd say in the box, and I'd say Minotaur, 2 Rotters,
yeah,
and I think the Bloodletters, the Beastmen.
Yeah.
Beastmen, I think, go in the center, quite near the front, just so that they can respond to anything near the front.
Yeah, and one near the back to sort of blitz out, you know, as a safety. Yeah, this is just.
I think it was
I am trying to really get away from saying I got diced in this game, but there is an element of that in this game. I know I didn't play very well, and I'm learning this team, but
I think
you had a lot of failed dodges. Don't get me wrong. Oh, and then this happened, yeah.
That was some more.
Here we have a problem with this team is that decay happened here. Now, in theory, we can take that the top one was the actual one. Badly hurt didn't matter. But, you know, it's rough, and I can't remove that. I can't do anything about it.
I'm surprised they didn't just have all the teams from Blood Bowl 1 in this game. Like that, Khorne is official.
I mean, well, this is some insider knowledge here. So Robbie said that he once played a game and in an Eternal League or something, and it glitched, and Khorne came up for him to play against in Blood Bowl 2. So and it had like, they were all kind of, I think the players were like in T-pose in the start. They were the Blood Bowl 1 models, and then it just didn't appear in the game, and it glitched and the game crashed. And I think it counted as him conceding, bless him. So I think definitely it was their intention to, because people have data mined the files, and there's Khornesh and Khorne icons for like making teams, like very specific for those two.
Yeah.
Now I think some of them may be in there or may not be, but they came out in a patch rather than like with all the others, like rather than in release. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm just trying to get a bit of SVP at this point. Get some novelty passes.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing really fun. So go back to what I was saying. So I think they did, and then I think Games Workshop basically, because this came out in 2015, Tabletop got re-released a year later. So I think Games Workshop were like, right, we're going to start Blood Bowl 3 and the next edition. Yeah, and I threw it literally behind me.
Yeah, I really love the animation on that. Looks
physics. So I think they were just like, we have no time. We just scrap everything.
Save it. Save it ready for Blood Bowl 3 rather than putting it out in a game which is going to be
redundant
undone.
In a few years.
Yeah.
Because, so, and I think that's why. And I think that's why Sage came out with the Slaanesh team eerily this year or just late last year. I can't remember now. And he did it with someone with the NAF, with another person from Cyanide. It's like, I'm sorry, that's too coincidental for that not to be like coming.
Really? Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think the Slaanesh team Sage has come up with, will probably, hell, he might not even come up with it. I'm not nothing against him. I'm not saying he couldn't have, but I'm just saying he may have been the front, so people are more receptive to it. And this time, it seems like they're putting this team out there for some play testing, which is good. I love that.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's like someone who like does RPGs and stuff. That's perfect. But yeah, so I think that's sort of. Oh, I should have looked at the statistics for that game, but it doesn't matter.
You still can.
Can I?
Yeah. You go back into the league and then click on it.
A good coach takes care of his team.
Because we want to look at the next thing. So if you can.
Yeah. So what do I do?
Go on schedule.
Yeah.
Click on the match.
That's for. Yeah, that was for on. Oh yeah, there you go. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh no, not dice rolls. So let's see this.
Ball possession as well, actually.
Yeah. So you had 14-1. We can see them all there, but 14-1s to 17-6s. I had 14-1s to 26s. Oh, my dice were actually better than yours.
Yeah, it was actually. It was
had more
the score
twos.
doesn't show it, but it was a fairly close game. I felt like it could have gone wrong. I think I got very lucky in the right situations.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie as well. Actually, if you look at my my team D6s, the amount of dodge rolls I actually succeeded was
dodge 84.
Yeah, if you consider when we played our friendly, I failed like 40% of them or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
I rolled so many more ones in the game in the friendly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the thing I'm finding with Elves is just like it's entirely like that one. How many dice rolls of ones you roll?
Yeah.
That's effectively you did well, you did bad, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's it. And so sometimes it's great, and sometimes it's utter garbage.
Yeah. But no, as I was saying, I think Khorne and Slaanesh will come out in the next game. I think both of them will. Yeah, and maybe we'll get a Zinch team too.
Yeah, I love the Zinch team. I really like the idea.
Yeah.
Like lots of wizards.
Yeah. But yes, so we have my next game is against Bretonnian. I honestly think I'm fucked. I've got 2 injuries. I haven't got my Minotaur. He's got block and wrestle.
He, I believe, is missing a blitzer though.
He is, but 3 block, 4 wrestle against nothing.
But no, you have jugs.
I have jugs.
I think you're right. I think if you focus on your beastmen being the ones to blitzers down,
yeah,
I think you'll be alright.
Yeah.
And then just trying to surf off things, because I know you'll be missing a Minotaur, but he'll be missing a blitzer. I don't like the thing is like a blitzer for him is both attack and defense. It's a scoring potential and a bashing potential.
Yeah.
A Minotaur for you is just bashing potential.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's honestly fairly even, maybe even in your favour, because I think Frenzy is good against Bretonnians. I think it's going to be good.
Fair. I mean, I'll try my best.
I think you'll do. I think you got this.
Oh, cheers, mate. Who are you against? Ulthwe against Amazons.
Without stab.
Without stab, the one game you probably really needed that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That is going to be hard because they have all that dodge. I have no tackle. I do have edge 4, so it's not the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be rough. I think that's going to be I might have to just outbash.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, Amazons play quite a bashy game. I think your best hope is Crunktown Fungus just destroying her team for you.
That is a good point. It's just he does have 4 strength 4, but it is also Martin who has the worst rolls ever.
Yeah, but he's not playing whatchamacallits now, so vampires. Yeah, so he'll be fine.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that'd be interesting fight actually. I look forward to seeing their match.
Yeah, they play tomorrow, I believe, so I'll get it recorded maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday.
Cool.
But yeah, so I think I pretty much
Good
wraps
game.
it up.
Good
game. Through the screen handshake.
Good.
Yeah. But no.
Did you get any level ups, by the way, actually?
No.
No.
No,
Okay,
like
I got
said.
one level up.
Yes.
I got a movement point on a blitzer.
Yes. I told him to take that because I think movement 8, you can take dodge on a normal roll.
Yeah.
I only got an MVP. Did they get an injury? Oh yeah, there I did. There he is. Skull Chauffeur got
Oh yes.
an injury.
Yeah. He's the one who injured my assassin, wasn't he?
Yeah. Even with your level up, I think you're still below. Oh no, you're at 1,000.
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll get to anybody and go up.
This is what happens, man. I won that first league, and now I'm not going to win anything again.
Well, don't say that, because I didn't win the last league.
You
So
didn't win the
technically,
last
I
league, it
might
doesn't
still
count.
win.
Yeah, you can still win.
I have a chance.
Woo!
But yeah.
Also
Yeah,
on tonight's
nice.
show, Big
Yes.
Jobo
Very
Harrywood
exciting.
comes back from the dead.
Yes.
Who are you least looking forward to fighting?
Tenure as captain of
Khorne.
I don't know. All of them. Probably.
I think
Actually no. The thing is, I'm just not looking forward to playing the teams that have lots of block.
Yeah, so I was going to say, I reckon might struggle against Chaos Dwarves.
Yeah. I'm going to struggle against Chaos Dwarves. I'm going to struggle against Amazons. Maybe.
I think you'll do surprisingly well against Amazons.
I think the Mino. It depends if the Mino on that game. I think Elves. Now I've played you. I think I'll be better. Kislev. Who fucking knows? I think I'll
They're
do
basically
alright.
an elf team. They're an elf team.
Yeah, so I think they'll be okay. Khemri, I think I'll just have to out-edge them.
I think so, yeah.
Orcs, probably not great, I'm not gonna lie.
I think we'll do alright against Orcs.
Yeah, I've almost expelled my own team, I'm not that salty. But yeah.
No, I reckon, in my opinion, I think Khemri and Chaos Dwarf will be your two biggest struggles.
Yeah. What about you? What's your least favourite team?
I'm not too concerned about Khemri at the moment, just because it's low movement, so I'm not too concerned. I think the most I'm concerned about are probably kind of Kislev, because of the friendly I had with Robbie, and I felt battered in that.
Yeah.
Chaos Dwarves a little bit, but Amazons, honestly, without the stab, this is going to be a rough fight.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to being able to get a lot of injuries on that, and maybe being able to injure enough to the point where I can throw the ball to him and pass and get him some scores. Yeah. But yeah, so the only other people with low armor in the league are Skaven and Elven Union.
Yeah, I mean, when you
everyone else is 8+, aren't they?
Yeah, so obviously that's.
We'll get to them after. Elven Union after.
Oh, yeah, obviously that's good. You'll have the assassin back.
I'll have the assassin. That'll be good.
And then you get the Skaven after that.
Okay.
You got all the low armor games at the start. You have been fed your SPP. Just hope that.
I don't know if I want them later so that I could have maybe tried to get the level up. As you know, he's dead. He's going to die. If I fight Henry, he'll die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I think it's the right option. I think it's the right.
Anyway, I think that's pretty much all we have time for. So thank you, Ollie, for joining me twice today.
Thank you for having me.
It's no problem, mate. And I'll see you all around. Bye.
Yeah.